welcome to Monster Monday. We're almost done. We got one more movie to go.
Oh, God.
We have not done one of these in like 3 weeks at least. We got COVID and we dreaded doing this. So, but we're gonna move on to something fun next. We're gonna do a fun Monsters franchise next.
Ooh, what is it?
We'll have to wait and see. But for now, The Howling, New Moon Rising by Clive Turner, who was involved in the making of... I wrote it down somewhere. He wrote had involvement writing 4 and 5 or something, and made some cameo appearances in other ones or something. So this guy's actually been involved in a lot of them. And okay, this movie's not good, but why does this close so fucking fast? Why can't it stay open for more than like 30 seconds?
What do you mean? It didn't close.
100%, Kaylee. I need the settings. Anyways, the thing about this movie is that it does have this like small town, low budget charm going on for a little bit of it. You know, you've got your main character here from Australia, and he's come to this town, and you know, it's a bunch of yokels that hang out at this local bar and
do a lot of square dancing.
A lot of
drinking.
And, you know, I was actually like, you know, I like this. And I feel like if there was, you know, some actual werewolf stuff going on in here. Like as I said to Kaylee, I always felt like Ian Malcolm in fucking Jurassic Park asking Hammond if there's actually going to be any dinosaurs on this dinosaur ride. That's it. And if you count the screen time of the werewolves within this actual film, not the films of the past that are shown clip-wise in here from the other movies, it amounts to less than 30 seconds altogether.
At the very end.
And it's at the very, very, very end. And it is horrid.
It's so bad. It's so much square dancing.
Auto lock after 30 seconds.
I thought it was changed. Probably because I have...
you have low power mode on.
Yeah.
Turn low power mode off. But yeah, so this is a bummer because I feel like because of that little small town charm that the movie kind of had going on, it definitely overstayed its welcome. It definitely regurgitated things and did them over and over and over again. The square dancing, as she pointed out, a lot of hanging out at a bar and making all these like really wacky puns and like, you know, there's like bar tricks where people are swindling people out of money by tricking them into... You know, I bet I don't have to touch this hat and drink my drink, and I drank it under the table and all that stuff. Yeah, it's done a little too much, and I could edit a lot of that down. And I feel like if you put in some actual werewolf stuff in here, outside of just talking about it with some priest and some freaking like cop, which is like some of the worst dialogue, worst acting, and worst exchanges ever. But it's also like that this film tries to do something that would have been awesome had they been successful, and something that I really appreciate and respect the film for attempting, but it's not even slightly successful. So I guess I'll give them credit for taking the swing and at least trying. The writer-director of this, who's also the star of it, he tried to tie 4, 5, 6 all together into this one. He's trying to make this like the Avengers Endgame of the Howling franchise, of the ones that he has the rights to, I'm sure, the ones that he's been involved with. But he does. There's clips and there's plot stuff going on in here that's connecting to 4, 5, and 6, and they even bring actors in from those movies, and you think like, this could be cool. Seeing the girl from part 4 from the original Nightmare in here was like, oh wow, I did not expect to see her. That's cool. And then she's killed in like 2 seconds. Pointless. There's no reason to have her in the fucking film other than to be like, oh, that's neat. She's gone. Never mind.
She's gone already.
And then you bring this Mary Sue character back, right? And she's in part 5, 6, and 7. So you think she's gonna be some, freaking Laurie Strode or some Sidney Prescott of the franchise. She's literally like, they had to show us the clip in this one to point a spotlight on who she even was in the 6th one because we couldn't figure it out.
No.
And when they showed it, we were like, that was her?
That's her.
The girl in the audience?
Right?
That they just panned past?
Yeah.
They like froze the frame and then
It's
like
right
circled
there.
her up in the corner.
Expanded the picture.
Pretty much is what it was. And you think like, because she's the name that keeps getting carried over, that she's going to have some involvement in this, that there's going to be anything. But no, the werewolf in the end is just some random chick from the bar that has no foreshadowing to her at all, and actually is revealed to be the girl who was the werewolf at the end of part 5, but it's not the same actress, and the main guy points out that she looks different.
But that's supposed to be Mary Lou.
Mary Lou? Mary Lou.
That's supposed
Prom
to
Night
be
2.
her. Yeah. The girl who's the werewolf at the end of part 5 is Mary Lou. And then in 6, Mary Lou's just in the audience.
But it's okay.
Right?
Here, this is what I don't understand, because I was looking this up and I was confused while I was watching the movie. That's why. What happened? Oh, this is it here. So this is from awfulmovies.mirahayes.org. Anyway, this person took a lot of good notes. I was trying to pay attention. I really was. I was like really trying to figure out what the fuck was going on because this movie makes 0 sense.
No sense.
So this guy, why it sucks, he has a whole list of stuff. Barely anything resembling a plot. Most of the film is taken up with Ted just hanging around Pioneer Town with occasional cuts to him investigating the werewolf and the priest talking with a detective. Blah, blah, blah. He goes through a whole bunch of things here. I think this is cool that he has all this stuff written down. Now this one. The central mystery is abruptly wrapped up when one of the women who works at the saloon turns out to be the werewolf with absolutely no foreshadowing. What's more, they reveal that she's actually the same woman who turned out to be the werewolf in the 5th film, even though they look absolutely nothing alike. In fairness, Ted admits that she looks different, but they don't explain how she changed her appearance. This is what's odd to me about that. If what you're saying is true, that this is Mary Lou, he talks about stuff in here. He has it pretty down here. Like where he's talking about what happened in the 4th film and the continuity errors and all this stuff. So this guy is really paying attention to the franchise here. Retcons to previous films in the series, most notably with a pair of characters played by Clive Turner in cameo appearances during the 4th and 5th films being revealed to actually be Ted, even though Turner played a werewolf in the former film and had his character killed in the latter. The 4th film's heroine, Marie, also takes credit for stopping the werewolves in that film, even though her friend actually sacrificed her life to do so. Presumably this change was made so that they could edit her out of the film and avoid paying the actress. So this person definitely did their research with these films, understood the continuity of them. We went too long in between them. If we watched them back to back, we might have been able to do that.
Yeah.
But Mary Lou the actress is credited as Mary Lou in all 3 films. Mm-hmm. So why is it, if it was Mary Lou and they did bring back the actress, which we did see Mary Lou, why would she look completely different when it's exactly the same actress? And Mary Lou didn't work at the bar. She just showed up towards the end of the movie.
I have no idea. I was very confused.
I couldn't figure out who the fuck she was at the end. I was like, who's that? Is that Mary Lou or is that somebody else? I thought that was somebody who was in the bar.
Yeah.
I was so confused.
It's super confusing, this entire movie. And I told you, too, I feel like I missed, 80% of the dialogue because the music is so loud and...
Mix is terrible.
It's awful. It's so hard to hear
It's
everyone.
VHS, too. I'll give that.
So part of it might be that, but it was really difficult. I feel like the only clear audio for dialogue was with the priest and the other guy, the werewolf hunter. And that I felt like gave me no information that was relevant whatsoever.
The whole point of their exchanges is to tie 4, 5, and 6 into this film. Right? And it's true. The girl from 4, she shows up and she's like, I killed him. And it's like, no, your friend ran into that freaking church and got herself killed to take out those werewolves. Which is like, that, to be fair, that's not a continuity error. That's a character flaw. Right? She's just taking credit for what her friend did.
Right.
So you can't call that a continuity error exactly. She could just be fucking lying and taking credit for it. Right? So I can't say that's a continuity error, even if it is. You can fudge it, to make it work.
It's not really.
She's just a lying bitch.
Yeah, she's just awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have very little to say about this film in general, other than what you already said about it being kind of charming. If it had had more werewolf things, it would have been cool. But as far as the plot goes, I feel like I just know nothing about it. And we were paying attention. We were watching it. We were looking at the screen. We were listening.
I was like...
We laughed a couple times because there was some funny moments. But even, Ted's jokes get, lost. There was a few times where we were like, wait, what did he say?
Yeah.
And he said something funny. But...
There's an accent.
This movie was
there
really
was bad
rough.
Audio. And just things become very muddled.
Yes.
And when they're trying to tie 3 films together, but changing events from those movies and it really not amounting to much, bringing back characters that kind of die immediately and then bringing back other characters that you don't even know if they are the characters in the end. It shouldn't be that confusing, man. I think we pay attention well enough that we should not be that confused.
No. And I think the one thing that this franchise has going for it is that it occasionally has really good effects for werewolves. And for this movie to have no werewolves is such a disappointment. That's really the only, positive that I can see with watching these films is that you get, aside from the first one, right? Then on. Yeah. The plots are all really messy and the characters are very cheesy and, 2-dimensional. And there was no werewolves. And so, why? I ask.
This is a dreadful franchise. I mean, just dreadful. We've definitely had some laughs, and there's been things that have carried over into our everyday life. No way, I'm just gonna die.
Best scene in the whole franchise.
It's just it's the thing we've talked about the most.
It's so funny.
We don't even say I'm just gonna die. We do
say,
no way. I'm just gonna, and then fill in the blank. So that somehow is incorporated in its way into our lives, which is great. And there's things to take from this franchise that are funny. For being so terrible.
Yeah, they're unintentionally funny though. They're not meant to be humorous.
No, Christopher Lee in that nightclub where he's forced to wear sunglasses for some reason. Still can't figure that out. No. Why are you wearing sunglasses?
He's Christopher Lee.
Someone off screen, just an arm comes in and hands him sunglasses, and he just pops them on. It's like. You watched Top Secret with us and the girls, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, when Nick Rivers goes into that place and they're like, no, you have to wear a certain outfit to be in here. You have to wear these sunglasses to be in here. How do we know you're not Mel Tomei? So anyway, now something I was telling Kaylee is that especially back in the day when VHS rentals were my everyday thing. I always kind of knew it wasn't 100% accurate, but it was damn close. It was a real good indicator. So when I used to rent stuff back in the day, and even this happened with DVDs back when DVDs had trailers almost on everything. Now a lot of them don't. But because everyone watches fucking trailers on the internet now.
Yes.
And I buy a lot of special editions, and people don't fucking want, trailers for other films and special editions. Like, get the fuck out of here. I bought this film. I want this film. But you could gauge the quality of the film you were about to watch off the trailers you were given before the film. And so, like, if the trailer sucked, you knew, this isn't good. This isn't good, because it would just be like the quality of the companies and whatever that they would pay attention to, that studio, whoever that material they had, is like, if you had, some great film and people were like bringing you shit trailers, and I'm not putting this shit before my movie. And then if it's a shit movie, it's like, well, I mean, we need something and no one else wants to work with us. Because a lot of great movies would be like, no, we don't want to put our shit before you. But this is not the case. This is the exception. Very rare exception here. The very first trailer that is played before this movie is David Fincher's Seven. It's
crazy.
Which is one of the greatest movies ever made, in my opinion, and is just wild. When I put this on, and I saw, I walked out of the room for a second, and I heard, Morgan Freeman's voice or something, and I was like, what is happening? I put on Howling,
they're like,
New Moon Rising.
Does this movie look interesting to you? You might like the Howling.
Yeah.
New Moon Rising.
Yeah.
It's similar quality. And
if you like New Moon Rising, you should check out Seven.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rented...
Perfect Seven.
You rented Howling 7.
You must check out
you must be
you like the
interested
number
in 7.
7.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There it is. Okay,
That's why.
You cracked the case. Wow. Yeah, but I heard the voice of Somerset and Mills, and I was like, is that 7? Because that shouldn't be on right now. Did I put in the wrong? Grab Howling 7. Oh, 7? Cool. Let me put that in.
We should have watched 7 instead.
We should have watched 7 instead. Oh my goodness.
Even though it took us 3 weeks to get back to the Howling, I can't say that I was in a rush.
What if, oh man, I'm going to blow your mind right now. This would be horrible. What if you had a certain kind of OCD where any part of a movie that you watched, like part 6, part 7, you just had to, like washing your hands or touching a doorknob, you had to watch it that many times in a row.
That would be all 7 times. That would be the worst.
Howling 7 times in a row before I could sleep.
What happens with franchises that are they're on part 11 or 13?
How about fucking James Bond? I'm 25. I want to watch No Time to Die 25 times. No Time to Live. No time to sleep.
No time to do anything.
Sounds terrible. Okay, so in the opening of this movie, we get this just chilling, very interesting, thought-provoking sequence of 3 men standing out in the desert staring at bones, waiting for the sheriff to arrive, get out of the car and go, yep, he's dead. That is literally the scene. It's bones. It's bones. And they need the sheriff to be like, yeah, he's not going to make it.
And then...
and then he's like, I need to talk to a priest. What the fuck? He should have shut the movie off right there and just came on here and been 2 seconds like, guys, we're not doing it.
Sorry.
We're not doing the movie.
Tapping out for this one. It's bones. I need a priest.
I don't know. Then we get disease puns that starts with the arms tired joke, because every movie has to have he just flew in from Australia.
Yeah, because he rode his motorcycle for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
We were
God,
is he ever gonna get there?
let's not.
Okay.
Not bring that up. I I hate those long openings of fucking just somebody doing the same thing over and over. Some people fight for this whole idea. Patrick H. Willems actually made a video on like bring back the opening credits. Like people, I'm not a huge fan of opening credits, but I can be a fan of opening credits if they're interesting.
Absolutely.
If something's going on in them and you have something that makes them worth watching. But like a black screen with names, no thank you.
No, but opening credits over a scene that is relevant to the movie.
Sure.
That's like
not just a guy riding a motorcycle.
No.
Right? Like Big Trouble in Little China. The opening credits is just Jack Burton in the Pork Chop Express talking to everybody on his little CB and saying some of the most iconic fucking lines from it as he pulls in to, Chinatown in San Francisco. It's great. I love that. I'll watch that shit all day. And you got that music. Mm-hmm. I was about to start doing the song and nope. Stop myself. So good.
Yeah, but the puns that happen after the 5-hour-long motorcycle scene.
I can't even remember what the fuck.
It was a bunch, though. They were seriously, and then we even joked that was just going to be the whole movie.
Yeah.
Was just them.
Going back and forth.
Yeah.
With different diseases, but putting a childish, almost like fart joke level humor to each of their diseases.
They were so funny, and it was like a bond.
Oh, it was like
Dickfateria.
Dickfateria.
Wait,
remember?
Yeah, it was.
Diphtheria. How do you say that?
What did he say? What?
Diphtheria, isn't that how you say that disease?
Was that one of them?
Yeah, it was like dickfateria instead of dip. I'm telling you, it was. That was one of them.
I believe you.
That was one of them. And then the other one was like ass. Something was ass. It was
ass. Like they were like 12-year-old boys.
Too bad at this time. I doubt Asperger's was a thing.
Yeah.
Because that one wouldn't even have required any joking.
All you do is just emphasize
just say
it.
Yeah. You ever see the South Park episode where Cartman puts burgers in his ass and sells them? No?
Probably, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Anyway, and then it was, so a line that we have said multiple times to each other. Do you remember this?
Was it the stand-up?
No.
In the beginning?
It was none other.
Oh! It is now clear that it can be none other than the devil.
Our main adversary.
The devil.
The devil.
The way he says it,
yes.
It's just funny because it's like his voice is so clear this whole movie. It's like perfect audio.
Yeah.
And he's talking.
The only one. And his is the shit you don't want to hear.
I hear so little about it, but he says that line so fast, like it cuts off so quickly. It's just the devil.
It's just it's how it's delivered.
Yeah.
It's our main adversary, the devil.
The devil.
Moving on. We looked right at each other and laughed. It was so fucking funny. The way it's so funny.
Yeah.
And then we get this like cleaning, mopping,
oh my God,
3-person dance party with sombreros. That's just there randomly for no reason.
I don't know. I don't fucking know what's going on in this town. There's no werewolves. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
It's that voice.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know where they get the sombreros.
There's a lot of like really poorly lit square dance scenes.
Not only really poorly lit, but lifeless, passionless.
Oh, the people.
Like, they look dead inside. They have no gumption.
They should have just went for zombies.
100%.
The townspeople were already doing it.
If this movie was like, it's about werewolves, but really it was about zombies, I'd be like, alright.
Sure.
Sick.
Well, that's like Zombie 5 Killing Birds.
Zombie 5 Killing Birds?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a real thing. But
it's about killing birds?
It's about killer birds, and it's a zombie movie in the zombie franchise. Look. This is a real thing. Why isn't this coming out? I have one hand and I hate it. You want to get up and square dance with me?
Yeah.
Zombie 5, Killing Birds. Yeah, so there you go. You don't have to have. There's tons of shit like that. You just have to go through it. Although I did review Zombie 2 through 6 on the channel for Keen Gross. Once back when I had a Patreon, when I actually did requests, but then somebody requested that I did all the special features on the Friday the 13th movies week to week.
I remember.
And by the time I got to Jason Goes to Hell, I think, I was like, I'm out. I straight up got rid of Patreon. I gave away hundreds of dollars a month because I didn't want to finish the Friday the 13th fucking special feature anymore. Because there was like 3 different commentaries and stuff, and I was like, I'm not doing it. Mm-hmm. I'm not. I would rather give away literally thousands of dollars a year that I was getting from Patreon, because I was like, I don't want to be told what to do anymore, and I don't want to watch this, and I'm not going to do it. I got through 8 of them, and I was just like, I'm out. I'm fucking out. And I think I would have done that with this franchise. No, I'm finishing this one for free. I'm an idiot. I should have kept the money. Yeah. So their sombrero cleaning dance party. I don't know. Then they got the. I don't know. What's happening here? I wrote down triple shot in a beer scene. I don't remember this.
I don't either. This isn't the time when he's drinking the beer.
No, from under the table?
That's later. Triple shot in a beer?
Doesn't he take like... No. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Square dancing in dark. That's what I wrote.
Yeah, it's very dark.
And, how'd you like that werewolf vision? That was real clear. That werewolf definitely is coming for you, and you can't stop him because his vision is perfectly
from 2 feet away.
Just red with some little dot. This reminds me very, very heavily of when the Predator in Predator takes off his mask and he has that heat vision, but then when he takes it off, it's just red everywhere, and I'm like, how? Are you blind now? Is that like you can't see shit?
Yeah. I don't know why the werewolf would have red vision. I guess it's supposed to be like murderous rage. Here's the red vision, but don't dogs see in like
black and white?
Yeah.
I mean,
shouldn't it be like grayscale or something?
Because it's a dog.
Because it's a dog, yeah.
Or they wanted to give him some color, so they went with red. Reminds me of like the Nintendo VR back in the day. It was just red. I'll have to show it to you.
It was just red.
From the NES days, there was a VR headset for Nintendo back then. Imagine.
Yeah, I'm imagining.
And it's like everything was red. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you a video of it. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, and this bar is like the Double Deuce from Roadhouse, man. This shit is packed every fucking night. Like
every night.
There's nowhere to live in this town.
No, but people come.
But there's like fucking 100 people.
Yeah.
And a band every night in this town.
Live music, I forgot. There's always live music.
But then the guy who owns the joint always likes to like go up on stage and like grab the mic and start singing.
His wife
is the stand-up
is
testify
the main
guy.
singer. Yeah.
Yeah.
His wife is the main performer, I think. She's always singing.
Then again, at the Double Deuce and Roadhouse, the blind dude is always playing like every night. So they just have like hired in performance like every night.
You can sleep in the corner.
Yeah.
That way next to the square dancers.
And when you wake up, clean up the bar, and here's the sombrero. You have to wear this
cleaning
and
sombrero.
dance when you do it. Yeah.
Wrong. Maybe the 3 shots and a beer, because I know that his wife, he like tried to get a drink, and the bartender was like, "I can't. Your wife forbid me." So he got water because he like drank it. And was like, "What is this shit?"
I don't drink water.
Yeah.
I only drink booze. Did you guys know? Because Kaylee now knows, as do I, that if you get even the smallest amount of dirt in your chili, and you eat it, you will instantaneously fart, and those farts will be fucking so potent that it will drive multiple people out of a location outdoors. That's how potent those farts are.
Facts, yeah.
There's dirt that gets into this guy's chili. They mix it up. They give a bowl to this one guy. He starts eating it, walks away, and just starts farting over and over. And everyone's like running from him outside, like, oh God! And then our main guy, the writer-director, standing over by the chili pot, like, oh.
He's like so proud of his
He's so
practical joke.
No chili makes you fart that fast. That's not how chili works.
Like,
okay, you have to digest it. It goes down into your fucking, intestines. And then it starts to create the gas. Like, it takes a little while. You don't just instantly fart. Like,
I think...
just like as soon as it touches your tongue, it's just...
I don't think it was dirt. I think he poisoned him. I think he's like, yeah,
poisoned
laugh while you're farting, because when you stop, you'll be dead.
He poisoned my eyeballs with this fucking shit movie, man. And yeah, I mean, they show her face change twice at the end for some reason. Like, it morphs and changes, but then it like cuts away to them and their reaction, and then they cut back to her and her face does it again. So did she like go in and out, in and out? Like, what happened there? Why did she like morph, come back, and then morph again? And then here's the funny. She's the Mighty Morphin Werewolf Ranger. I'm going to say this. Here's the problem. Okay, so they're saying that this is the werewolf in part 5, right? Okay, so in part 5, they tell us, because in the beginning, like, these knights or Templars or whoever the fuck they are, they kill themselves because of the baby, but then they hear the baby screaming this and that, and then the werewolf howls, right? It changes them. This werewolf in that movie, we still couldn't figure out the plot of that and why the werewolf had to come back, and there was 2 of them, but I thought there was one and they drew him there, but what? Who the fuck knows? I never understood anything in any of these movies. That werewolf is centuries old.
Yeah.
Centuries old. In this movie, it's supposed to be the same one from that movie. It says the only reason that they can kill it in this film is because it's like in its infancy.
It's a baby
that it's a baby werewolf, that it needs time to grow. But if it lasts long enough to the full moon, then it becomes invincible.
Because it was like its 3rd cycle or something like that. Like,
whatever it is,
arbitrary.
It's a very short amount of time that this thing has before it has to become invincible, correct? But they take the werewolf from the 5th film, which the continuity already says this thing is fucking centuries old, but then they say, well, it's like by the 3rd full moon of, after it turns, it becomes invincible. A, that's bullshit. B, they don't even stop it in time before it morphs twice. And then all that happens is it busts through the door, and a bunch of hillbillies are outside with shotguns, shoot it, credits. So,
yeah, it was
what
so
the
fast.
fuck?
Okay,
it's not invincible. Hillbillies that have farting chili.
Do they even have silver bullets?
They might as well have been out there square dancing with sombreros on and just shoot it and then credits, and I would have been like...
So, okay, wait a minute. Now I'm even more confused. I thought that werewolf was not the one from the castle.
Yes.
That was in the castle that they were going to. I thought that werewolf was Mary Lou. Am I totally like...
Well, the one
because
in...
Mary Lou would have been a newer werewolf, I guess. Because she was like activated when she like went there or whatever.
But, yeah.
And the one in the castle
was, the one in the castle is old. I don't know. I thought the way that played out is the one in the castle... Because there is one in the basement, right?
Yeah.
But then they bring everyone there. But then there's only one werewolf in the fucking movie. But there's already one there.
Our problem is that we were like...
We never
really
understood that.
The number of werewolves in present.
But they show that there's a werewolf. But then they're like, oh, it's one of you. And it's like, but no, it isn't. What do you mean?
But wait.
It's the one in the basement, ain't it?
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea. I don't know at all.
Either.
I just know that this movie says that if they let the thing transform by the full moon, even though it's daylight out.
Yeah, it's daylight.
For some reason. I don't get that one either. At the end of this movie, she bursts out the door and it's full daylight.
Yeah.
Unless I'm remembering that.
No, I remember it being.
It's full daylight.
Yeah.
So the moon, I don't know. But they say, like, oh, if we fuck up and she transforms, then she's invincible. And then they just shoot her with regular guns and she dies instantly and they roll the credits. Like, nothing they set up in any of these movies, even they bother with in the end.
No.
It's like they write things and then they go,
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, 100%. That's what happens.
Yeah. So you know what I say to this fucking franchise? Fuck it. Let's just be done with it. Although we have to talk about the other one. We'll finish this franchise. That one's better.
Yeah,
okay.
You say that sometimes with these movies.
Well, stand up.
Testify.
Stand up. No, what are we doing? All right, no stand up. Testify. Watch the movie. You'll hear the song. It's awful.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Yeah, we're gonna go square dance with our sombreros. Take 3 shots and a beer, whatever that means.
Farts and chili.
Farts, chilling out. Drink fucking beers. Drinks under the table.
Have some tired wings from flying in. Arms, whatever.
Yep. Some disease, fucking puns. And I'm going to morph into a werewolf multiple times. Every time you look over, I'm just going to change and then back and then change. You'll be what are you doing? You going to kill me at any point? Or are you just going to keep more? We're done. Bye.